Good afternoon runners and welcome back to another video from me, that running girl. In today's video I'm going to be making a review on the Sirocco K3 Unicorn running shades. Now I have needed a new pair of running shades for quite a while now. I had been using the Nike Show X2 Pro ones for a number of years. And these have lasted me an incredibly long time. They're extremely durable, extremely well made, extremely sleek, and sit really well on my face and on the top of my head, which are both important things when you're training and racing, because not only do you want to make sure they're really comfortable when you're running, but you want to make sure when the sun goes in and you need them just on your head that they don't bounce around and annoy you when you're training or you're racing. So I've had these for a number of years. I bought them directly from Nike. I replaced the lenses in them a few times, but the one thing that I can't seem to get fixed on them is this part here, where the middle part, where there used to be a little rubber piece here. Yeah, you can see it, the metal piece. There used to be a little rubber part on the nose bit, and so when I wear them now, the bit in the middle, the metal bit scratches my nose, and every time I come away from training or racing in them, I always have cuts on my nose, which isn't ideal. So I thought I would replace them. I'm usually quite apprehensive about replacing things that have worked really well for me in training, just because when I use something that works consistently well in training and racing, I like to keep using that product for as long as I can, because I think that's one of the things that is a nice consistency in my running and means I don't get injured and means I don't have to sort of switch around too much in my training routines. Obviously I'm not going to get injured, switching between sunglasses models, but you kind of get the gist and know what I'm talking about. So anyway, fast forward to, I'm absolutely sweating, by the way. It's like a humid kind of heat wave in the UK at the moment. I think we're due some really good weather tomorrow, some really sunny weather. But at the moment, it's just exceptionally humid. And where I'm living at the moment is next to quite a noisy road, so I always have the windows shut because I work here in the day, and it's kind of distracting when there's cars going by. But yeah, at the moment, I feel like I'm in a sauna because I've got the door shut as well because I'm making a video. But anyway, on with the video. So yeah, fast forward to 2020, and I was flicking through Instagram the other day, as you do, and I came across a few images of sunglasses for a brand that I hadn't heard of before called Sirocco Sunglasses. Now, I think they're not exclusive to running shades. I think they make shades for like mountaineering and cycling and just general like fashion urban streetwear as well. But yeah, I was quite impressed by the look of these shades, and initially I actually thought it was one of those kind of Chinese scam sites because it seemed too good to be true. And they were a really good price, they were really well designed, and all the reviews were saying that they would be here in like a few days and that they're really durable and good for the price. The aesthetics of them and the build quality of them was really good. So I thought, well, I think they were like £26, like under €30 all in, delivered from Spain. So I thought, why not? I'll give it a shot. I need a new pair of running shades. This will be really good because it being summer at the moment, I wear my running shades all the time. And even if I don't wear them when it's direct sort of blazing sun, I wear them to keep bugs and kind of, bits if you're on the trail and you want to stop bits like flying up and going in your eyes and around your kind of eye area. You want them to protect you against them as well. So I was pleasantly surprised with the design aesthetics of this brand and the product especially. When it arrived in this nicely designed, bold, branded box. I think the design of them especially is just super modern, super clean, super fresh. I like the use of colour. I like the logo being from sort of design and advertising background. Obviously know a lot about strap lines and design and branding and fonts. So yes, this was a big win for me, this one. So once it arrived, got excited, opened up the box. It comes in its nice protective kind of moulded 3D shell case, and then when you open the case, it's also just got the little sleeve that you can keep it in, which I usually keep this in, just these two in my running bag, because as nice as this is, if you're going somewhere and you need to really protect the shades, I just feel it's a bit OTT just to put in my running bag. So I usually just keep it in here, and obviously this can double up like to shine the lenses up when you need to do that inside and out as well, which I need to do because they're really grubby, but I won't bore you with that now. Anyway, so I went for the Sirocco K3 unicorn ones, saw these on the site, and obviously used to have the Nike ones they used to have were kind of blue and white, so I thought, well, I've had those for years, going to go for a change, I'm going to go for the pink ones. So these are the original lenses that came with the shades. You can actually buy different lenses to go in them. So if you need a variation of sort of strengths, depending on what kind of conditions you're going to be in, what kind of elements you're going to be in, you know, different countries have different temperatures and elements when you're training and racing. So obviously you have to bear that in mind. But yeah, I just picked the default lenses for these and tried them on that evening when they came. Obviously not with the clothes that I've got on now, because I'm just in casual clothes at the moment, but yeah, was pleasantly surprised. The first thing that I noticed instantly was the way that they fit on my face. Just felt really snug, really like if I move around lots when I'm crossing the road, you know, when I'm sort of moving my head around lots, looking at things, this part here is really snug, which I really like, because I've got quite a small, like I'm quite a small framed person, so I've got like the proportions of my face are quite small, which was one thing that bothered me a bit with the Nike ones, because I think these are unisex. When I put these on for contrast, I can instantly feel they're really gappy here and here, and so when you're running, this part, even though it's sort of protected by the shades, there's still a lot of gappy area here where bugs can get in, and even the sun can get in on those parts. So I instantly liked that this part here is really kind of snug and really contoured to the face really well. I also really like the fact that they come down lower than my other ones, so it's offering even more protection on this area here against the sun. I was a little dubious at first about the kind of uni lens, the all-in-one lens. Obviously there's no sort of separation point here. I don't know why I was bothered about that. I guess just because the ones I've been used to have been like a classic design of the two separate lenses. But I really liked the unity of the one lens. Just felt simple and clean and minimalist. Obviously like the fact that it's got like a nose bridge rubber part in, because that's the main reason that I got rid of my Nike ones, stopped wearing those, so there's protection there. I like that it has the little vents at the top there, so that's going to stop them steaming up. I've worn them a number of times now, and they've not steamed up once on any of my runs, which has been really good. From the moment I put them on as well, they felt instantly really lightweight. So when you've got them on, like you can hardly tell you've got them on at all. They're just completely distraction free, really lightweight, really aerodynamic and streamlined. What else do I like about them? I like the colour of them very much, and they also on their site they do a number of different colourways, and they do a number, like I said, of different lens option, different coloured lenses, and different kind of lenses for different environments and different elements. If I compare them with the Nike ones in terms of build quality, so bear in mind for perspective, the Sirocco ones were, I think, about £26-27 delivered, and my Nike ones were £145. So there's obviously a big price leap here in between the two pairs. If I actually contrast them in terms of build quality, the more I think about it, the more I don't actually think there's that much difference. When I first got them, I did think, you can sense the price difference, the price point being so dramatically different. But the more I actually wear them, and the more I think, do you know what? realistically is just plastic and a screw and a lens, plastic and a screw and a lens. When you actually break down the components of it, they're really not that different. It's realistically just the branding. Obviously, Nike's going to be more expensive because it's a major player, and Sirocco being an upcoming sportswear provider, they're just not going to have the kind of coverage and the kind of demand that Nike has, so they're not going to be able to charge those prices. So yeah, I'm yet to wear these in a race. My first race back from lockdown, hopefully, will be the New Forest Marathon next month. So I'm in training for that at the moment. Did my first build-up long run of 12 miles last Sunday. This Sunday coming, I'll be doing 14 miles, and then the Sunday after, I'll be doing 16 miles, and Sunday after that, I'll be doing 18 miles, and then drop it back down again and taper. So I've got like a rapid build-up to the marathon, which will be my 28th marathon. I don't advise doing that to anyone that's new to running or hasn't kind of experienced those distances before, because it can be really taxing physically and mentally, and it can lead to injuries if you increase your volume or intensity of training too much when you're new to racing and you haven't got the kind of base mileage and base sort of consistency of training that I have had for the past 15 years. So I hope you've enjoyed that review of the Siroko K3 unicorn lenses. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I was discussing these shades with one of my running friends that I've known for a number of years the other day, and I think they said they were going to order a pair and see how they got on. Again, just a comment to Sirocco, a lot of people do seem to think they're too good to be true and think they're just, you know, like a fake site or a scam site. I don't know whether you wanted to put something on the site just to sort of underline the authenticity of the product and the brand. I mean, credit to you. It is obviously a compliment that people think they're that good and they're that affordable and everything's just so good about them that they think it's like a scam site or a fraud site, but obviously it's not, because yeah, I received them and I'm really happy with them. I do think I'll probably make another order for another pair in a few months. I quite like the blue ones on there. I think the lenses that came with these ones are quite intense protection against the sun, so they're probably meant for the kind of high summer times and sort of really, really bright skies. But I think they do have a number of different ones that are slightly more suited to autumn and winter sun. So it'd be nice to have those. And like I say, for 25, 27 euros, it's not going to break the bank doing it either. So I hope you're all running well. I'm not sure what my next video is going to be on. Might be on the build up towards the New Forest Marathon and how my long runs are going for that. Or it might be another review video. I'm thinking of doing a review on the Mighty Vibe, which is the Spotify and Amazon Music equivalent to the iPod Shuffle and iTunes. I did think long and hard about whether I actually needed one of these products, because I really wanted to stick with my iPod Shuffle and like pretend I'm in 2000 still, and iTunes. But then I thought, realistically, going forward, I can't keep using my phone all the time. Like, I use my phone to listen to podcasts so much when I'm running, and it only takes a bit of sweat getting into it, a bit of rain getting into it, and then it doesn't work properly, or I have like rain splodges sort of, they sort of get into the screen, and then I'm just praying that they dry out, and it's just a total nightmare. And taking an iPhone with you running is so cumbersome and so heavy, and you have to find a pocket in your shorts or your tights, or I end up wearing tights on a really hot day just so I can get the phone in there. So I do think I'm going to switch over to the Mighty Vibe and use it with Spotify, just the standard account for £10 a month. So I'll let you know how I get on with that, because I'm really enjoying listening to certain new podcasts at the moment. There's a few podcasts that I'm listening to at the moment, and I might make a video on this actually as well, because I've really switched over from a few years ago when I used to listen to music all the time, or like Phantom of the Opera, or like I used to listen to lots of different sort of genres of music and things that would make me feel a certain way when I was running, like musically. But these days I just listen to podcasts all the time, because I like that they really sort of inspire me mentally, and they give me more to think about than someone singing about, you know, heartbreak or like moving locations or you know, whatever I'm listening to at the time. Sometimes when you're listening to something running, you're like be thinking too much about the lyrics, thinking, I don't know whether I actually relate to this at all. I'm thinking, why am I listening to this? So obviously, like the reason why I listen to music so much for running is because a lot of tunes, especially if you get the sort of beat versus cadence right, the kind of rhythm of them really suits like your stride pattern. But in podcasts, it's nice because you can just put it on and it doesn't kind of force you to run slower or faster. It's almost like just a continuous, you know, someone talking continually has that kind of meditative quality that I'm looking for when I go out for a long run. So the kind of podcasts I've been listening to lately, I quite like Under the Skin with the Russell Brand, which is a podcast about sort of self-growth and psychology and consciousness and all that kind of thing. I listen to Wellfar sometimes, which is a running podcast, UK one. Running for Real with Tina Muir, I listen to that sometimes. I also quite like the first podcast that I really loved was the Runner's World show, the American version, which I still listen to a lot. And I'd say probably the most inspiring stories I've ever listened to running wise come from that podcast. And I really, really like listening to that podcast. There's some podcasts on there that I've listened to probably 10 to 20 times on a long run. And even though I know all the words to it, basically, I still get something. I still feel like I gain something from listening to that. There's also a really nice one on BBC Radio, which is called Walking Through Landscapes, where basically they like walk through a landscape, or they sort of, you imagine walking through the landscape and they sort of say, oh, we're about to walk onto the rugged cliffs now. Look over there, look at those clouds. And you can just imagine it all. And I really like podcasts like that because they're just so imaginative and take you out of the kind of realm that you're in, which is what I'm really looking for when I go running. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that review. Make sure you leave me a comment below if you've tried out these sunglasses or you're thinking about trying out these sunglasses. As with all my videos, I'm not affiliated or connected in any way, shape or form with any of these products. I just basically see things that I like and think will work for my running, and then I try them out, and if they're rubbish, I will say about it here, or if they're good, I will say about it here. But I thought that this one did deserve a video because I really like them. Anyway, remember to follow me on Instagram. I'm still at That Running Girl, the original and best, and I will see you in my next video.